Game number 2 right now starting. And the bottom spawn goes again for dots, and first we see is Killer Boy, and we see the chickens, and he doesn't see the early hunt, it seems. It's kind of unfortunate, but right now he does, and that's a couple of rhinos. That's what you often see at Savannah, but at the same time it's difficult to get there at the start because of just 3 willies and a high risk of actually getting them very low health. Moving to his teammate, and that is Titu. He also sees the double rhinos here, but he's trying to micro them to the range of the TC, which is the correct play, but still, this guy needs to run. Ah, he just missed it. But it's not really all that bad, because he doesn't need any granary or some such, so this really played okayly for him. Even though there's been a bit delay in starting gathering food, he shouldn't really mind as a nutty. Moving on to the last one, that is Spoeft as Zeus. He's devoted to picking chickens, because as you can see on the minimap, there's really nothing else going on but those giraffes that are rather far away, and those rhinos that were hidden a bit, but not anymore. And you can see that Torgale is scouting very offensively, having his oracles all around Spoeft and trying to see what's happening, but this is really going to be a sweet spot for the cow of DoD's team, and he is definitely switching there. Maybe even hunting dogs, yes, and he's hoping to get all the advantage of early hunt. Moving on to ArF, a green Torgale is also gathering chickens and not going for the rhino. It's kind of surprising. Now he could switch very easily, or he could also go a bit further for the monkeys, but it's not really all that great source of food. Moving on to ArF, who is playing pocket, which is, I think, the best position for him as the Radiant Zeus. And he is having a pretty sweet spot here because his rhinos spawned right next to his chickens. So once those run out, he may be able to transition pretty smoothly to another source of food. Or he could just switch to those 3 rhinos at the back. The last one to look at is Lior, who is already being spied on the gold willies. Food willies just making rhinos go extinct in Africa as well. And here we see some small herd of gazelles, so not really anything great. And he's already spent his first one, so he really should be looking at something else. And this seems pretty good for him because he's mobile with his food willies, so should be kind of okayish. Right now, looking at the TCs, it's pretty much okay for everybody. Everything at the back, so not bad. And this seems like a pretty sweet spot for a back hunt. Herd of gazelles and also giraffes and a bit of sprinkling of lions in there. Back gold 1, 2, 3 and 2 at Spoeft's side, and also another batch of giraffes. So at this point I would say that the dots have a much better map, looking at all those hunt opportunities at the back. We are at 320, so maybe somebody could be thinking about advancing. Killer Boy just now building temple, so he'll be kind of standardish advance. T2 just now build the temple. So clicking in at 330, so that's 430 advance, it's okay. And Spoeft, what is he doing? Just building temple. Green is already, wow, he will be like 4 minutes advance. Okay, so that's faster than red by quite some margin. Looking at ArF, I think we cannot expect anything else, and yeah. Here we go. Well, that was an interesting shockwave. Not really exactly sure what was the point of it, but anyway. Centaur Raiden will it be? And how's it looking for Lior, who is the last one? That's 30% through for city and already walling in, so he wants those willies to be secure. So nobody really going for some aggressive builds, and we can already see Torgale. Yeah, he was scouting very well on Spoeft. There's the spy, so he knew where the willies are. And Valord his oracles and already raiding Spoeft pretty early right there. With his early advance, looking how Spoeft is already just at 30%, could be a bit of a problem for him, but he's gathered enough goats, so a lot of dairy products for his villies to eat, and also will be seen some centaur raiding from DoD Zeus. This is just the blue scout and trying to see what else is on the map. So not much interesting stuff going on, other than the green Promethean coming in into the yellow base, and both Norse advancing through for city and healing spring. Killer Boy is using some nice creative walling by the use of his buildings, which is pretty sweet. That should help him very nicely, making an artificial choke point between those two longhouses, so that's pretty nice, but he should really also be careful about the left flank, which is pretty open for him. And anything could easily go there, and Alior is already looking how to get in. Right now, Killer Boy is not going to be adventurous to go into some front hunt and is gathering at the back. Well, he can afford it, he has a lot of monkeys here, extra goats, some extra rhinos, so he's safe with food as the best he actually can be. And well, this is the second relic in this game, maybe third, so I'm just gonna look at them before anything interesting is happening. Arch Ballista, Cherry Ballista. Okay, and this is being picked by Red, and it is... Ah, faster villagers. Well, that's sweet against trading. That's definitely going to happen on this map by ArF. And, well, faster infantry build time. Okay, that's very sweet that it's right next to Spoeft, so if he manages to advance into Mythic, that's going to be some pretty fast popping up Myrmidons. Okay, so Green has already amassed 8 Turmas, so he's in for the raiding, and at the same time you can see some teal blobs moving into the base there of ArF, together with Red. Well, that's at least one really down, and quite possibly a second one as well. Oh yeah, so that was a pretty good raid, I think. Let's look at the top, where Killer Boy has amassed a decent army, and if he gets a bit lucky and draws some nice spawn, like maybe Valkyrie could help him in some raiding. But right now nothing, and Adafang was unable to finish the wall here. That's pretty important and might prove kinda crucial later in the game. At the same time, blue dots are running around Spoeft, but being caught up by centaurs from the other side as well. So this guy is just looking around. I'm not sure he found this, but they will need to move quite soon, and they already do. And this seems like a change of shift. Blue is being replaced by purple and trying to raid. At the same time, though, Killer Boy is kinda successfully raiding purple here, because he forced him out of this hunt. That's pretty sweet, and they seem to be kinda occupying the middle of the map between Adhafang and Lior, which is a pretty sweet deal, and Titu is going to the back to see where some of the villies are. You can see that Adhafang was really looking forward to those rhinos, already gathering the one here. There were 3 at the beginning, so the map is not really all that cool for ArF, considering the back foot. Well, this is sweet, but still, Dots have much better map, and right now they are the ones pushing the advantage, at least trying to do so. Spoeft has already researched his towers, so that's kind of a serious detriment to Torge's raiding, because he'll be racking in a lot of damage, especially when you see those 5 centaurs and the heroes come in to take the toll. But still, those 2 villies count, and Turamas are not all that expensive, so that was a pretty good deal for Torgil to make. Lyra is content with taking down this house. Well, that's not a bad deal, it's at least something, and at the same time we can see that Red has just caught Green trying to build a second TC, but he has the house here, and maybe, just maybe, with a bit of micro, Arafang will help him defend quite nicely. Yeah, those 2 heroes are very strong, and Centaurs can pick those units up quite nicely. And especially when Green is there, so that's the TC safe. We're looking at the middle here, where Lyra is facing off with Killer Boy, who is trying to raid, but right now is forced to retreat because Purple Army is obviously a lot bigger and kinda better. So that's, well, unfortunately, goodbye, Troll. And, well, this is a Scouty, a bit of purple. That's going to die if he's not careful here. And also, what's going on here? Oh, that's sweet raiding from Lyre, or rather, no, that's not Lyre, that's a Lyre getting raided by Spoeft, by the Centaurs, and they are going to go in to the base, and they could actually catch some of those. Yep, that's where some of the action is, and it's an action between red, teal, and blue. But since blue already has a second TC, he has a pretty good position to retreat to and get some extra damage, especially with those centaurs in there. So yeah, that's not a good spot to raid at this moment. Green has defended his TC, so he's just looking where to catch those raiding guys. He's at 2, and right now looking at the dots. Killer Boy is the first to actually start taking second TC from them, so... Oh no, he's already second because this TC from T2 was very close, so I didn't see it at the minimap correctly. And yep, on the left, Centaurs are trying to come in, but not to great success. You can see that our Lyre has a lot of army here, so it's kinda not gonna do anything right now. A bit better skirmish coming in into the middle, with some lucky spawn from Killer Boy, because Einayar is pretty sweet to have, as he boosts the units around. And same can be said for Lyre, just 2 units and he gets the correct spawn here, but oh, those centaurs might be the turning point in this little skirmish, but not anymore, because Lyre is here with all his might, towers are upgraded, Arafang is back, so yeah, it's time to retreat, dots. Green at the same time is trying to reply in kind to Spoeft, but it doesn't seem like he hit anything here. But still, some dead bodies, and it almost looks like Willy, so maybe he did catch some. And he's having a sizable army right now. And same definitely cannot be said about Yellow, and he already is forced to retreat again. I'm just checking if he's maybe not advancing, but he doesn't seem to be having an echo for it. And that's still... Willy's dying for Yellow. But we're going to switch to the left, where Yellow is doing the same to Lyre. And right now Lyre is the one who has to retreat, because there's also Killer Boy helping Yellow do some damage to those wheels, but not really all that successfully. And you can see with the army going there, they can just return back to work and not worry about anything. T2 is at 3 TCs. Killer Boy at 2, Spoeft at 1, not really interested in another right now, while ArF's Arafang and Torge are at 2, with the Lyre on 1, and also not really looking for his second. This was kind of some attempt from Green, which is being repelled, but here is some substantial army from Red, right in the base of Arafang, but ArF. Arafang is the one who is having centaurs and a bit of army here, but the base is Lyre's. Well, this will reckon some nice damage into the centaurs to make Lyre's Arafang's raiding a bit harder. You can see Killer Boy advancing through Bragi, that's pretty sweet. But yeah, he can't really go into the middle here, so he should be careful. At the same time, Green is not really afraid of all this extra fire, and still depraving Spoeft of gathering resources, which is pretty nice play, and right now he sees that he definitely needs to switch the scene of the woodcutting. But he's not really eager to relinquish this goal, it seems. I'm not exactly sure where those Willies are going. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's a bad misplay from Spoeft. Well, that's a terrible misplay, and he will lose those Willies. Oh wow, that's bad. He had probably a waypoint there. Oh my god, that hurts. Anyway, enemy weapons are cast, and they are cast at the left by Killer Boy, who is trying to get into Lyre's base. And definitely hoping for some more spawns of those boars. He already has 2, which is kinda decent, and if he spawns like 2 more, then it could be a serious threat to ArF, and ArF definitely recognized the possibility here, and just now Arafan calls ceasefire to help his teammate and let them do something. Killer Boy is very cleverly using this time to wall Lyre in and make life difficult for those Willies, and Lyre should be really careful about this. And I would say this is a misplay, because right now he will definitely have to hope that Arafang and him will have enough army to defend them, otherwise they will be kinda toast. At this point I can look who's advancing into Heroic from ArF. It's actually someone advancing. No, just Arafang took 3rd. Arafang took 3rd, Torgel going for 3rd as well, but he's 70% into Thea. It's kinda decent. Speft is not going anywhere, just built 2nd TC. He was really rated bad, so I wouldn't really expect him to be advancing anyway this soon. T2, he is safely in his classical age, and right now Killer Boy is housed. So, a big battle here. That's not really going to go very well for Killer Boy, as he has at least some upgrades. Baseline, looking at Lyre's units. Yeah, he doesn't have anything, so that's why this battle is actually going quite well for Killer Boy, even though I wasn't expecting it. And even the combined army of both Arafang and Lyre wasn't enough. And yeah, you can see the underestimation of the situation. And right now those Willies have to retreat behind this wall, because the situation is not as clear as they would have hoped. But still, they have a pretty good safe position here to retreat to, and that means that even though Killer Boy is spawning quite some nice mythical units there, it shouldn't be enough due to the sheer power of Blue's army and Odysseus as a hero to get rid of those pesky mythical units. So that's Killer Boy retreating. A bit of raiding here from Red. Oh, yeah. Just now Arafang realizing that he has to actually retreat. And at the same time on the right, Torgale is right into the base of Yellow, but he is being pursued by Red. So that's a 2 versus 1 on this side. It's not like Torgale can actually take care of this, especially under the fire of those extra towers. Arafang is through Heroic, so he must have clicked it right after I was checking for it. And how can I expect the same play as last game? Switching to Mythic really fast. Yeah, already building his market, so that will be a very fast Mythic. So right now it all depends if Poeft is able to advance in some decent time. And I'm kinda afraid it's really not, because the raiding from Torgale was very sweet and very damaging. Oh, but Tito is through Mythic into Hecate. So he will definitely be looking to do some damage, and he's going to support it by his army. I would kind of think that he might want all those Turmas to die, because right now he's in Mythic and he has a whole range of better units to have than this. They won't be doing any damage at all. You can see Arafang already preparing his barracks, so that's Mythical Age coming in. Yep, Hephaestus just clicked. And an interesting battle is though brewing here, because Killer Boy is going into Lyre from the left, whereas Tito is going from the right. So it's going to be a bit of a toughie, especially with this Tartarian Gate being cast by Tito here. But you can see that Killer Boy is kinda not really into it all that much. Not really looking forward to the extra TC damage. And this will mean that they will be kinda delayed. Arafang is being defended by his teammate Green. And very successfully. Haha, this just got random. And, well, unfortunately for Green, it didn't really change anything. The board is still attacking his enemies. And not former allies. But still, it's better neutral than being controlled by dots. So that's position safe here, but not at the back, where Arafang is being raided pretty badly. A very good job of Titu by using those Turmas that are kinda useless in Mythic, but still, He's making them count very nicely. Torgil, Titan Age. Right now casting it, but that's kind of bad time, especially when all those 5 boards here. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, that's Titan down. They don't have another ceasefire on Spoef's side, so that's pretty much Titan Gate down. But he hasn't clicked in it. That's a pretty smart play, because once it is not clicked, it cannot be attacked. It was just cast, not attacked, and right now Killer Boy is retreating. And we have gone some kind of freeze, damn it. I hope it's not a drop again, like yesterday. Damn it, yeah. It looks like it is. And somebody dropped, it looked like... Lyre, Adhafang, Torgale, T2, Spoeft, Killer Boy. Well, everybody is here, so it was just a moment there. Okay, so I'm glad that nobody dropped and this got resolved, so we will see the game in full, and especially the recorded game will be in full as well. Okay, Lyre trying to build this TC, but just now found out by T2. Well, those Turmas. And, well, yeah, it's not coming up that easily, sorry. And you can see that Teal has changed the battle from right to left again, and he's again going on Lyre here with quite some decent army, 5 bars. With a bit of luck he will spawn another ones from all those Hersiers. And well, how's it looking with Aegis actually? Lyre is not up, Spoeft is still not up. I'll quickly check him, he took a 3rd TC. Is he at least he's still not advancing. Come on. You really need to go up. Well, that's a lot of centaurs. He's probably hoping to do some damage, but not really sure how much. And T2 was able to kill DC from whom? From Lyre, it seems. Yeah, Lyre is just now at just 1 TC. Unsuccessfully trying to build second, but that won't really last for long. And right now, Rafang is building hoplites, not myrmidons. It's kind of a weird choice, but anyway, it could work out, and you can see all those armories popping up for the cheap upgrades from the Zeus Mythical Age. Okay, the Centaurs are trying to gain something here, but let's switch to the left, where Lyre was forced to use flaming weapons to defend very successfully against, well, already 7 bars. Well, Killer Boy, you know what you should do. You should get those bars and go TC raiding. That's what those guys are best at. Anyway, pretty nice idols. That's going to hurt him if he doesn't realize it, which he does, but he cannot move here, because the red is right there. Well, those are pretty much in range of attack from those dwarves, so he shouldn't really worry. And he's maybe moving here, but he'll be caught up. You can see that Killer Boy is trying to build a forward base, but not really successfully, even though he's through Mythic right now, because Steel simply has a much bigger army there. At the same time, Spoeft, very sweet raid at Green Willies. Oh, that's going to be very costly to Green. Oh, well. Second, and just now Torgil realized what's happening. 3rd down. Some almost dead. Well, that's definitely 4th down. Oh, 4 Green Willies right there. Pretty sweet raid. Deal is fighting at this Titan Gate for T2, where Arafang has actually transported in. He's trying to take it down and will most definitely succeed with all those Colossi, even though they are getting kinda slaughtered. And with all those willies around, this one cannot get the shot, so it's not as clear as I would actually think. And Teal might be the one to save the day for this Titan Gate. Spoeft is now through Apollo, so the underworld is there. Whereas did Arafang use this underworld here? Yeah, he did. and it's right now gone. But still, the Titan Gate probably won't be coming up, well, quite assuredly, because this Titan will kill it now. So that's goodbye Titan Gate. At the same time though, there's still a lot of happening here at Arafang's base, where those red guys are still wreaking havoc amongst the TCs and Willies. So well, looky here Arafang, you need to be careful, because hoplites are not really all that good. But Arafang is everywhere, sees everything, and is pretty much safe. Right now, Teal is just trying to stall this Titan. And he's doing a pretty decent job, because the Titan is receiving a whole lot of damage. And right on the left, oh well, that's a pretty sweet raid from Killer Boy on Lyre's Willies, and Lyre is actually not aware of this at all. And he's going to lose them. Oh my god, that's very devastating raid. And second one from Dots, and right now we can see that ArF are going for a wonder here from Torgil. No, obviously it's not Conquest. If ArF did not switch to it... Come on, how could they have left this Titan up? I thought that it might be coming down from this Titan. That's kinda a strange choice. I would have chosen the Titan to kill this Titan rather than actually go back, because right now it means that this Titan is half dead, meaning this Titan is full health and will be very devastating to it. I'm not exactly sure this is the correct course of action right there, but still, Spoeft has the underworld passage, so they have a way to get there. Red here is defending yellow from these raids, and is maybe right now switching Spoeft to Mythic already. Yep, he's almost there. Right now the game is looking... I wouldn't say it's going into Dot's advantage, but it's not looking very great for ArF. So, once Spoeft is actually in Mythic, it might get a lot harder for ArF to get rid of their enemies and defend this wonder by themselves. Lyre is finally at 3 TCs at 25 minutes, so that's good to see. And yep, here is the Mythic. Spoeft trying to defend his base, and something else going on. No, the middle is pretty much in power of DoD. And Killer Boy is trying to build a forward base right at the doorstep of ArF. And together with this dragon, he's kinda succeeding. Because green is not having enough army. And, well... will they have enough to take down this Titan Gate with this Titan? Yeah, that's another consequence of why green didn't kill the Titan Gate. Because it might cost them the Titan and also another one. So it could be a very bad trade of 2 Titans for 1 instead of just getting this one at like quarter of health. Especially the dragon will be very invaluable right now because of his area of attack. Can disperse those Willies quite nicely, and well, disperse them also into dust and such. You can see that's massive death. The wonder is up, Titan is going there. Nidhogg is gone through nothing, so yeah, he just died. Natural death, it seems. And the second Nidhogg, this time from purple, is arriving at the scene right now. So, this is a pretty interesting battle right there, and red is not really making a good job with him, because he is just being blocked by all those units from Arafang. This pretty sweet microplay from him. He's doing this very intentionally, it's not just luck that these guys are there, he's doing it to stop the red Titan from moving and getting some free swings from the green Titan. But underworld passage is there from yellow, and goodbye. That's a one-trick pony though, because Underworld is gone through the Titan, but still this Wonder is coming down, so that means ArF, if they want to win on Wonder, they will have to build another one. So, that was a very easy win. 2 Titans, if they concentrate... Yeah, that's the correct one. That's Red Titan being slaughtered by 2 at once. So that means that green will be very much alive. And let's see what the next course of action will be right now. Because those two guys are very strong, this is at full health, and they will be able to go into their enemy's bases and do all kinds of damage. At the same time, though, Spoeft is advancing on the right flank, trying to punish Torgale for his low pop, and quite successfully, because Killboy is helping him in this effort, so that's kinda good old 2 versus 1. Spoeft right now going for Titan as well. And, well, both Titans are going there, so tough deal. I don't think Spoeft is going to survive a whole lot longer in this fight, but at the same time the middle is getting stronger for the DoDs all the time, with Killer Boy pushing in army and .T2 as well. You can see all those red blobs moving into the top there. But blue is really on top of it. Those Hypaspists will be killing everything. I just want to see what those yellows guys are, and that's just some stray Myrmidon here and there, but still doing a bit of damage there to those Willies from ArF until they are killed. The Titans are arriving at some battle scene, and it seems like ArF is going for the Titan Gate straight on. And looking how slow it's being built, he might be able to get there. And second wonder is coming up from ArF this time. Green's Titan is trying to help himself, and right now Lyra is also helping him on the right, because on the left there's really not much going on, because why would be when Killer Boy is helping Spoeft here. And I'm although curious what's happening on the left, because yeah, Lyra is trying to use the other side of his army to actually get into Killer Boy's base from here, or at least destroy his attempts at building a forward. And very successfully, because Killer Boy is having his army at the wrong side of the map. Even though those Willies are coming in, and that's Ragnarok? No, it's not Ragnarok, it's just Willies going to transform into Ulfsarks. Or what's this? Yeah, right now there they are. So Killer Boy feeling like he doesn't need any more Willies. Just now deciding to go for this. That's not a bad play, because that's a lot of instant army, and it will be a lot of Willies dead. But at this point of the game, I think ArF should be really in a good position, especially under all this fire. Those steel guys are toast. At the same time though, at the base of ArF, he is being killed here by destroyers from red, which is a pretty sweet play. And well, even though ArF is trying to build some towers, that's not really going to be successful, because he doesn't have any army here, but that's going to change quite soon. But still, he's kinda been underpopulated, and this blue Titan wasn't able to kill this yellow one, but he's at least getting some free swings. So this is more or less 1 for 1. Blue will die with some extra damage, actually with a lot of extra damage, and this will survive with like a quarter of a health or something like that. And ArF just now resigns, because the situation wasn't really going well for ArF, and they recognize that they won't be able to even defend this wonder for long, because right side was definitely going Dot's way, left wasn't going anywhere because ArF Lyra wasn't fast enough, but the middle was really storm for red. So good job. No, it wasn't. If it was a conquest, I think you wouldn't be even able to build the wonder. So let's check the post game right now. Spoeft kinda not having a high score, but a very nice economy considering how hard he was being raided at the start. That was pretty decent there. And very good job from Torgale to put him on this back foot. We will see the improvements later on. His atrocious advance times into heroic and mythic. Pretty sweet military count and units lost. Well, actually, pretty sweet for DoD. And yes, Poeft advance times 22 minutes into heroic. Well, that's something you don't see very often. Compared with Arafang 16 and 18 into mythic. Torgale very low on upgrades, Lyre the same. That's probably where ArF lost the game, because once you don't have upgrades, you are going to suffer greatly, especially in Mythic, where the units are super powerful. Yep, just Poefna now recognizing those rates were pretty bad on him. Oh, sweet game, sweet game. So even though Yellow was pretty much raided all along, wasn't too big a drop there.